It is Artificer Ilari. It is about 10:15. I was actually up earlier than usual because my classes started yesterday, or rather my class started yesterday, and then I was like, I've got like an hour and a half before stream. I'm gonna study before I set up for my stream, and then I got distracted by continuing to study and didn't notice the time. Oops. So we're gonna throw ourselves back into the Western approach and see where we go from here. I have a couple of Tevinter ruins to investigate. I have a final camp to set up, and I have my phone giving me 2 notifications that I'm live. I don't know why. But yeah, we've got a couple of ruins to go through. We've got a final camp to set up, and then potentially, if I have time, because I have approximately a maximum of 3 hours, I may get to some Templars with Cassandra, final landmarks, and all that nonsense. But first, we're going to zip back in here, go to the war table, figure out what is missing there. I think I have one more war table mission that should have come from the Western approach, but I'm not positive, so we'll see how this works out. This is just a bunch of stuff that I started the last time, like after I stopped streaming, because I was like, I need to get some of these going. Oh my god, Hunter fell. Mavrin! Let's throw... Let's throw Cullen at that one. We sent Mavron up north, and that's it. I received some news from Meveris. It seems her little resistance has drawn support, just as she hoped it would. Thing is, that support comes in the form of idealistic magisters with no real power, while the ones who might see her group as a threat are the true heavy hitters. Reading between the lines, I'd say Meveris is in more hot water than she lets on. She's crafty, but she could use more help right about now, or the resistance might die on the vine. Up to you, but if you ask me, any enemies of the Venatori should be friends of ours. Dorian. Fucking agreed. Leliana wants to kill someone, as usual. Openly declare your support for the Resistance. Or send some Templars. Ooh, no! I want to send the Templars! Fuck it, I'll send Cullen with that one later. That's Hissing Wastes. Reese and Evangeline. I have been, like, steadfastly ignoring this, so I'm gonna at least look. Who's talking here? I don't even know. Walker, so one of our people. Sister Leliana, per your request, after seeing that no mage named Reese was present at the conclave at the time of the explosion, I began my search. It appears, based on reports gathered from rebel mages, that Reese had originally intended to be at the conclave, but the former Templar Evangeline persuaded him not to attend. She believed corruption within the Templars sought to exacerbate the conflict, and thus this merited investigation. Evangeline was last seen not far from Valfermain, where a merchant described her as fighting other Templars and being taken, injured but alive. Reese came through the area not long after, searching for her. The forests near Valfermain offer many places to hide, but the Inquisition could track down these renegade Templars if you so order. Yours in service, Walker. Walker knows the area. She and her scouts can get Reese and Evangeline out safely. I have friends in the area who would gladly help rescue someone so important to the Inquisition. Congratulations. My men can cut through the forest and recover Reese and Evangeline safely. No. No, we sneaked them out, Cullen. We're definitely sending Liliana for this one. Alliances. I'm pretty sure this just straight up has to be Josephine. Maybe. Ooh. It was to be expected. In the wake of so many important deaths and the rise of the Inquisition, several noble houses are attempting to spur their fortunes by crafting an alliance of their own. For now, they seem mired in arguments of seniority. It will be a long time before any of them threaten our standing. Yeah, we'll send Josephine. Fuck it. Alright, back to the Western approach. I wanted to make sure that there wasn't anything in there that was actually, like, plot important, but there super isn't. So, I'm good with that. We can zip back to the Western approach. I think I even emptied my inventory. I close to emptied my inventory. Right, because we got a staff just now. Is that better than what Solus has? I think it is. Okay. Better cold damage. And then completely different stats. Better barrier damage. 10% bonus damage. 10% damage bonus if not being hit for 5 seconds. I'm gonna keep what he has, because that's... Yeah. Like, that's a good staff, don't get me wrong, but I want all my extra stats, so I will deal with the slightly lesser damage for now. Sigil of the Nug. Healing bonus, minus 25% attack. I am not doing that. It is not happening. I want to do all the damage. Okay. Not doing Here Lies the Abyss just yet. Have Liliana locate the Shrine of Dumont. That's a War Table mission, which I will deal with later. We're going back to the Western approach. Out here. Let's go. Oh my goodness, how many... Hang on. How many quests do I have in the Western approach? Because I think that's a 9. Astrariums, which, meh. Fortress Squatters, clear out the bandits in the Western approach. That, I think... Good morning, MH. I think that particular one is the thing that I mentioned before, where you go back to the tower where the wardens were, yada yada, etc. Holding the Western approach. Gather Quillback intestines. Right, dragon stuff. I don't think I'm gonna do dragon stuff today. I have better things to do today for now. Ditto shards. Trouble with Darkspawn. Access the Tevinter Ruin. We've got 2. And then Templar. Alright, cool. That was not what I wanted to do. We're gonna... Where do we go first? Oh, right, I got those shards. I'm not worrying about those right now. We'll go to the Nazar's Pass camp and then clear out the bandits and go from there. Because I want to backtrack to get to the Still Ruins first, and then go through Korakavis. So, who do I want to bring with me? I really kind of don't need a rogue, but I'm gonna bring Cole. I extremely don't need a warrior, so I will bring... Who will I bring? If I don't bring Solus, I'm gonna straight up die. Vivienne, Dorian. I'm sure Dorian has more interesting things to say about his countrymen than I want to hear from Vivienne. We'll go with that. The boys, or at least half of them. I need everyone to picture Tali just going, "My boys," with this, like, teasing, slightly affectionate, but mostly teasing kind of manner. Something, something, reverse harem. Today, please. There we go. Alright. We're gonna ride over to that tower. The ritual tower. Yeah! Jump! Yay! No, turn. Let's go! Bandits, 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 bandits. There's a couple there. I don't care, though. They're not the bandits I need to clear out. I'm overleveled for everything. I don't need to stop and kill every possible enemy. Dismount! Alright. Because I don't think it'll let me cross this bridge on my mount. I could be wrong. It also doesn't really matter that much. Fight me! Yeah! Hooray! Next. Oh yeah, I could have done Blessed Blades. I'm an idiot. Hey you! I missed. Yeah! I love that one attack that Cole just straight up assassinated the— oh shit, that's a fucking Bronto. Or not a Bronto. Hang on. I can't remember what they're called. That is a Gurn. That's what they are. Oh, I pissed off the Gurn. This is all my fault. I made a mistake. It's fine. Blessed Blades, everyone! Let's go! Ow. I have made a mistake. I didn't mean to piss off the Gurn. I didn't realize the Gurn followed me across the bridge. Okay, there we go. So, for the record, those motherfuckers have some, like, teeth. Those are nasty. I will find the codex entry once I make sure I picked up all my loot. Because there's gonna be loot. Oh, look! Elegantly written note. Gentlemen, leave the wardens to their work. Concentrate efforts on the dragon. Service. Okay, so that was the shit that was going on here that I stopped last time. Loot. And more loot. Hooray! Bandits are gone. Okay, so. Let me find my codex. Creatures. Luckily everything is in alphabetical order. So let's see. Giant spider. Guardsman. Oh, no, the Gurn is right down here, isn't it? This isn't gonna tell me anything, is it? Oh, you can kind of see. On the bottom one, look at the fucking teeth on that thing. Like, those are gross. They're so spikety. So that's a Gurn. They got fangs. They're nasty. Okay. Anyway. So, we are going to head back to the Still Ruins, is what we're gonna do. We're gonna end up going by some of these hunting patterns things, so I'll grab a couple on the way by, but then we're gonna go up here. So, like, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I am gonna go get that landmark, because that's the one that was driving me nuts. And that Ocularum. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit roundabout, but either way. Is it gonna let me cross the bridge with my Dracolisk? Yeah, it fucking will. Alright, sweet. First things first, there's gonna be a dead Gurn right about there. I see it. So we're gonna dismount. Ugh! Thing. Examine.
At least they are fresh. Although I doubt the High Dragon will care.
Alright, that was not something I was expecting to get from Solus, but he's not wrong. Okay. Is that a Quillback? That's a fucking Quillback! Hey, get back here! Get back here! I need to kill you! This is a different thing! Get back here! No. No, I want the Quillback. I don't want the hyena. I want the fucking... Fuck off. Fine. We're gonna go Back up here, because I ran by a bunch of shit and the Quillback got away. Because I need Quillback intestines? For also dragon bullshit. We're gonna get this landmark, because I missed it last time. No, we're not. There's a Quillback right there. Fucking fuck. We're gonna get the Gurn corpse. There's a hyena. There we go. I'm like, what is chasing me? What is aggroed? Yeah. Yeah. Hooray! Okay. Gurn corpse. Quillback! You! Get over here! Fight me! Don't you dare run away like the... Nope. Like the last one. Guys, just because it isn't actively trying to murder you doesn't mean you stop attacking it. We need this thing dead. Hooray! Loot. Quillback intestines. Quillback intestines. Cool. So that way, the next time I'm down at Nazer's Pass, I can be like, hey, Frederick, I found your dragon stuff. Oh. Are they close enough to see me? I don't want to deal with bandits right now. I just want to look through the Ocularum and find the... There we go. Find the shards. Because... Yep, somebody saw me. Whatever, take care of the bandits, guys. I'm a little distracted at the moment. 2, and then the third one. There we go. Cool. Oh, they're not that close, though, so they see us, but they also don't care that much. Which is ideal. Alright. Let's see. What is on my map? Shards, which I don't care about and will grab later. We gotta come right up here to get this last dragon sign, but then there's that turn to get to the Still Ruins anyway. There's this completed. Okay. So that, alright, we're good. That's fine. So that doesn't actually require me to, okay. Alright, we're good. The thing, the operation that I was looking for was actually that second one there. So that is pretty much done. That was... I'm good with that. Quillback is going to turn back and chase us, because of course it is. There we go. Guard corpse. No? Not this one? Not this one. Okay. That one probably just collapsed because weather, I guess. That one! Bones. There we go. 3 of 4. Is that Quillback still... That Quillback is still chasing us. Oh my god. Give it up. It's like I don't wanna. We're gonna run by a shard, so what the hell. Quillback is still aggroed, and apparently still chasing. So I can't even summon my mount. I'm gonna just keep running until I can summon my mount. In the vague there we go. I was gonna say, in the vague direction of a camp and or dragon signs, but I think the dragon signs are way further north than that. Oh, that's not actually as far as... We will get back to this, is the thing, because we're gonna go here, we're gonna go to the Still Ruins, and then I have to come back up here anyway to get from the keep to Korakavis, which is gonna be somewhere over here-ish? No. Well, that's where I have to start, and then Korakavis is, like, way out here. So I'm super not worrying about that right now. I am curious where the other Astrarium is, though. Oh, they're both in a... Alright. They're both after where I have to go from here. So that works. Tevinter Relic Hunt at the Still Ruins. That's where we're going. Cool. We're going to save real quick. Because now that we're back in the Western Approach, I don't want to not save. Okay. That button. Horse. Dracolisk. Whatever. Oh, actually, you know, we've got full health potion stock. I'm good. And now that we've had somebody take care of the sulfur pits, we don't have to worry about that. So we can just zip right through. Go over, go over. You got this. Hooray! Belmont Pass. Okay. While my Dracolisk is running, I am going to stand up and try to find my my lip balm, because it is so cold and so dry in my area right now. It is just, my lips hurt so much. They are super chapped. It is gross outside. Nyeh. Like, this is the one thing that I dislike about winter, but god do I. It sucks. My skin just cracks. It's the worst. Because, you know, at least in the summer, like, first of all, you're sweating and gross anyway, but there's humidity to keep you from getting super dry skin. In the winter, that shit freezes. So the air itself gets super, super dry. It's awful. Strawberry lip balm and coffee. Not as bad a combination as you might think. Alright, so we have Cole and Solus and Dorian, and we're going into the Still Ruins, and this is going to be great. Alright, guys. Oh, that's just death root on both sides. That's fine. Let's go. You cannot leave during combat. What is aggroed? Solus, what did you kill? Canine leather, so a hyena chased us all the way to the fucking Still Ruins. Okay. Also, as I have to say every single fucking time, hyenas, like the real actual animal outside of Dragon Age, are not canids. They are felids. They are more closely related to weasels and big cats than they are to anything canine. They are not wolves, they are not wild dogs, they are felidae. But Dragon Age, so yeah, I don't know, I guess their hyena is a different critter. It would have to be. Okay. Demons. Oh no, Venatori. But frozen demons. Yeah, we fucking are. Upon you, I mean. Fight me. There's something slightly ironic, though, about coming into the Still Ruins and having, the quest description be something to the effect of, stop the Venatori. Fucking everything else in the ruins is stopped, but we gotta stop the Venatori. Bull has some really entertaining dialogue in the Still Ruins if you bring him, because he's just so unnerved by all of the demons and shit. He's like, what is going on? So we're gonna come right up here.
So much fear. It's spread across everywhere.
Oh, that's very interesting too. Stop the Venatori, disable the time magic. Venatori orders. A short letter accompanied by a map of the western approach. Several areas have been circled. Lucanus. The references are obscure, but they point to a single power, sealed at the height of the Old Empire. Tevinter's involvement in the region predates the First Blight. Detailed accounts of the location are non-existent, but there are some promising leads. You will be provided with men and supplies. Do not return empty-handed. I was assuming that was from Service, but it might have been Calpurnia. Either way. Evil Venatori bullshit. I have no idea what that notification was. Okay, never mind. My phone and my tablet just go off randomly sometimes, and I'm like, was that important? No, no. So now we're going to come up here and actually examine this and see what everybody has to say. Pardon the blood in the air in front of the camera.
Everything's frozen. I don't think this was the Venatori.
Good call.
Slowing time like this would require great power. It may be what drew them here.
Indeed it would.
Nothing's happening. The magic here is interfering with the anchor.
Okay, I was wondering what pressing examine a second time would do. Does the third time do anything?
Nothing's happening.
Nope, okay.
The magic here is interfering with the anchor.
I love just like stopping to look at all of the fights that are clearly in progress when the time bullshit exploded. Like, look at all this. And they just kind of glow vaguely. That's a terror. Which, their design is, like, super fucked. It's great, but it is horrifying. I think it's a greater terror, as a matter of fact. There's a lesser terror over here. And again, they've got super interesting designs. Like, their mouth just hangs open onto their chest. It's bizarre, and I can't get an angle where you can see that, but it's cool. Part of me wants to, like, try to make one out of resin and make them glow like this when they're frozen in the still ruins. There you go, you can see the teeth that go down onto its chest. Just, like, its entire, like, the bottom half of its skull all the way down to its chest is just fucking teeth. I love their design, and then they start moving and I go, because they're freaky and terrible and excellent design for a demon, but they're freaky and terrible. I love, like, weird, gross, uncanny designs, though, particularly for, again, a demon. It's smart. Also, I love the Tevinter aesthetic. It's just like, we're gonna put dragons on everything. Dark metal. Make everything slightly spiky and incredibly unwelcoming. All of our chests, we're gonna turn those either into weird pyramids or funky prisms with a bunch of locks. Yeah. Cool. Did I miss something? Oh, this is that thing that I always do. So there's also something through this wall. I can get it once I go down. But you have to go, like, down into the main hall, which you can kind of sort of slightly see. Back from the main chamber through the giant double doors right here. But I gotta check for loot first, because I'm not gonna do it on my way back through. And I think this is another unlockable door. Yes. Hey, Cole! Lockpicker, pick me a lock. Alright. Oh yeah, okay, I'm like, is this actually a side room? But it is, because... yeah. So this, responsible blood magic, which is ironic. So, Let me correct you, apprentice. While it is true that blood magic is woven through the history of Tevinter, there are good reasons, quite aside from the Chantry's sermons, that such arts are now frowned upon. Consider the ancient magisters who once attempted to map the Fade itself. A worthy goal, perhaps, but a costly one. When their spells exhausted their lyrium supply, the magisters spilled the blood of countless slaves. To what end? The shifting nature of the Fade made the effort futile, and so much death left the magisters open to possession by demons. Wasteful. Some still idolize Tyrrhena of the Rock, who used blood magic against the Kunari during the Steel Age. They say she cut her flesh on the shore of Marnus Pell as the dreadnoughts sailed in, turned her spells against their crews, and boiled the very blood in their veins. A terrifying display, to be sure, but against Kunari, it only made them more determined when they besieged the ports of Karasts. And what of Magister Calanthus, that fool who believed he could make himself the Ascended Man with blood magic? 33 slaves died in that rite, and Calanthus became an abomination so horrific that his apprentices tore out their eyes at the sight of him. You quote the example of the lovers, Crescens and Seraphinian. Yes, Seraphinian offered his own blood to cure Crescens of her wasting disease, and Crescens lived a long life. But if the noblest use of blood magic still calls for the death of a good man, is that not reason enough to reconsider? A letter from Magister Aesthea to her apprentice, 771 Storm. I love finding shit like that, because when Dorian's like, we don't all suck, you can be like, yeah, I got evidence. I got fucking receipts. Read that shit. I love being able to do that. Dorian's got a lot of privilege, but he's also got a lot of not privilege. He went through some shit. And also, he recognizes what privilege he has, which is part of the reason I like him. Okay, so, onwards we go. I am done dealing with loot for now, except for this one because it's in this room. I am done with the first section. Done with that first hall. That was the thing behind the wall, by the by. Open. Oh, look.
Describe a chamber. This must be it.
Viridis Walk. So we're gonna go as far as we can to get the stuff before we gotta fight the guys. Because I don't really stealth, but we got a bunch of shards to find. Oh, look! Shards, just like the ones that open the doors in the Forbidden Oasis. Gee, I wonder where they got the idea. What codex did I just pick up? Research notes. Ah. Oh, I like this one. Scrawled notes accompany several complex diagrams. Theoretically, it should be possible to draw energy from the Fade itself. While I will not discount the obvious dangers, such risks can be circumvented through use of a proper channel. Once the channel is stable, we should be able to manipulate the energy to our will. The power gained would be beyond measure. At this time, theory will take us no further. It is my hypothesis... Oh. If my hypothesis proves true, it will be an achievement unrivaled by any history that will all but ensure the immortality of the Imperium. So, this was from the first time, I'm pretty sure. This is not the Venatori. This is from the bitches that are like, yeah, let's make the Imperium last forever at its height where it is right now. Right the fuck now. We will go no further. We will try not to... There we go. We got past the guy. Cool. Yay. Oh, look! Another shard! In a frozen Tevinter.
Spirits were here even without rifts.
Well, yeah. I got that. Cool. Sigil of the Arcane Horror. I forget what that one does. I don't pay attention to 90% of the sigils. I think the Sigil of the Great Bearer is one of the only ones I use. Research notes. A few hastily written notes are scrawled below increasingly perplexing diagrams. Blood to start, then from the channel itself. The slave trader had 6 strong enough for the task. Preparations are in place. Sarpedon will call one final meeting. I must speak to the others in advance. Okay. Read. Research notes. A series of disturbing diagrams is followed by a personal note. Sarpedon would cast doubt on our work here. I expected no less. He is Baloran's man. If he thinks to deter me, he will not succeed. Who accomplished anything through such fretting and hesitance? Let him be placated by his pointless precautions. If he wishes to question the validity of my theories, perhaps he should look more closely at his own. Magic scientists in Dragon Age are petty bitches. Every last one of them. Alright, next thing we gotta do is we gotta fight the guys and aggro the dudes with the stuff. I'm gonna jump up here and see if I can loot this without aggroing any dudes. I can. Fantastic. And then there's another shard over here, which I'm not gonna get to before the other guys. Yep. Ow! Rude. Let's maybe leave my mages alone, you bitches. Okay. Aren't most of the rogues purple when they go invisible rather than green like Cole? I realize that they're like, Cole's a spirit and therefore weird, but they really went heavy-handed with that. Which is great, and I love it, but that's... They really did. Because I think stealth makes the outline for most of them purple. I'm so used to that noise where you just... I think... I forget what it's called, but where you... Dual fangs, maybe? Lucanus! There we go! This is the guy that one of those notes was talking about. Take him down. Let's go. Fuck you. Bitch. I have no idea where that sentence was going. I'm not quite that awake. This is part of the reason I was like, I need to stop studying. Oh wait, shit. I should have been streaming like a minute ago. Yeah.
Carrying this stone for a reason.
The markings on it. I've heard of keystones that bear the same.
Keep searching. There may be more.
Gee, keystones? Like, you know, the Forbidden Oasis? Those keystones? Because those are keystones. It's the same thing. The shards. They are keystones. I love that this dude's just, like, floating and clearly fell off of something, but there's also nothing for him to have fallen off of, really. Like, that went super far out from where it probably crumbled from. Enter the sealed chamber. Okay, so clearly that was the 5th one. Because I wasn't counting. But there are 5. I know that you can get to this because I've gotten to it before, but I can't figure out how to get to it. Because I don't think I can jump from down here. Hey Cole, you're tall. Let's... Nope. I'm really pretty sure that I just bounced over the rail... There we go. Cool. Chest looted. Onto the door. I love this part so much. I don't think I've ever brought Cole for this. Time to find out what he says. Loot! Loot the things.
A staff. Is this what they were after?
Be wary. It may still be bound to the magic used here.
It sure is! Also, I have to do this every time. Look at all the blood in the room and how much time this must have taken them to animate. Because it's moving. Like, look at this shit. They've got just layers and layers of blood. And if I stop moving my camera, the blood particles are slightly moving. It's like, it's not held in stasis quite, because it hasn't stopped fully, but at the same time, it's just hovering. It's so, like, it's super fucked. It's super fucked up. I love it. I also love that staff, because I always give it to Dorian, but we're gonna read before we take the staff. Journal on certain experiments. The journal lies open on its final entry. Helladius ignores all results that do not support his own hypotheses, brushing them off as anomalies and expected deviations. He posits that there will be an acceleration in the channel's creation and will no doubt test the theory without guaranteeing a secure channel can even be maintained. I have argued the inherent risks, the catastrophic tear in the veil that will result from such foolishness, but he has the others convinced. He grants only a sneering permission to conduct countermeasures in the event of failure. If I am correct, the only course of action will be to redirect the resulting power into sealing the event itself. The odds of survival are less than ideal, but the surrounding lands will be preserved. So this was Sarpedon, who was looking at the dude trying to rip open the veil and use its power, and going, dude, no, you're gonna kill every... There's so many demons. You're gonna... Why? No. Why? Please? So, yeah, this whole rift in the veil thing is ancient Tevinter bullshit. It ain't just Corypheus, and it ain't just the Elven Orb. I am, however, gonna go... No, fuck it. I already have that. I was gonna say, I'm gonna go get the Veilfire Torch so that I can go get this rune, but it's a rune. I already have all of the runes. I'm pretty sure it's a Master Spirit rune. And if I zip into my inventory, I'm pretty sure I have that schematic. Recipe? Recipe. Maybe not recipe. Because those are grenades, potions, tonics. Let's go weapon schematic. Yeah, there we go. Runes. So, superb cleansing, corrupting, demon slaying, dragon slaying, fire, frost, lightning, spirit. Superb spirit rune. So I have better. I also have the master spirit rune. And then the regular spirit rune. I have all this shit already. So we're gonna ignore that. We're also gonna save. Because I just realized I haven't saved since I walked into the still ruins. So, we're going to do that. We're also going to take this staff. Tempest. I love this one. Ouch.
Careful.
The blood just splatters.
It's all free.
They were careful with this. Hello! Hi there. Fuck you. Yeah.
Goodbye.
One down, several to go. Like the lesser terror that just zipped out of the fucking ground. Yeah. I love the design of these things, but I hate fighting them. They're such a pain in the ass. There we go. Jade, come back. Come back. Yeah. Okay, taunted dies. I hate it when I do that. And there's 3 up there. Oh, they're just fucking... Alright, let's see. I don't have to spell yet.
Die!
But they're spirit element, so having Dorian in my team takes them down really fast because spirit opposes lightning in Dragon Age Inquisition. Next. Hall of Silence. And it is, in fact, silent. Back in the main chamber, on the other hand.
This isn't worse.
Good point, Cole. Yeah. Die. Ow. Oh. This one's gonna suck. I didn't have Vivienne. It's fine. Yes, you can sense your elven artifact all you want. That's fine. I'm not gonna worry about that until I have closed the fucking rift. Ouch. Yeah. Fuck you. Lesser blades. Oh, wait, this is like half race. Oh, no, but there's a Despair Demon over there. Let's take care of the Despair Demon, and then I will disrupt the rift, which should take care of most of the wraiths. Or at least make them less of a problem. Yeah! Disrupt. Boom. And... no, there's something else. There we go. Now it's done. I'm like, I missed a demon. Where was it? Yeah. Rift closed.
It's done.
And there's the elven artifact that I ran by like 6 times.
Again.
Cool. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Yay! We did it. Alright, the next thing on my list is I'm gonna end up going back to Griffinwing Keep in the middle of the Western Approach, and then we are gonna make our way to Korokavas, pick up a dragon sign or two on the way, so that the next time I go talk to Frederick of Serral, I can just be like, hey, I got all your dragon signs and also your bait. Do your research nonsense. I support you. Tell me everything you know about dragons. Okay. I'm not worrying about shards right now. I'm gonna select that, and then not particularly worry about it yet. We're gonna zip back to Griffinwing. I have not found the thing in the dark. So that's a thing. Check in with Knight Captain Rylan, mostly because always talk to people from Starkhaven because I love them. I love their accent.
Inquisitor.
Report, Captain. What's the situation in the Western Approach?
Business as usual, Inquisitor. Sandstorms, deadly wildlife, people other than us mad enough to come out here. If anything noteworthy happens, you'll know.
Fair enough. Alright, we're good.
Carry on, Captain.
We're good, we're going.
Yes, Inquisitor.
Yes, Inquisitor. I love the Scottishness. Alright. Which actually, that reminds me, I consistently forget that Sebastian from the DLC for Dragon Age 2 is also from Starkhaven, even though he's literally the Prince of Starkhaven. I am aware of his existence, but I haven't actually played the DLC, so I don't know anything about him, and I haven't heard him speak, which is a fucking travesty, because if he's Scottish... Okay, so Sola says we're near another artifact. And I'm pretty sure it was actually in the keep somewhere. But I'll be damned if I can remember where. And I really just wanted to come over here so that I could, like, hit the sand. So I'm gonna do that. And apparently take a little damage, but whatever. Tali's a dwarf. She can soak it. And more importantly, she's a warrior. She can soak it. We're gonna come over here, because there's probably some Gurn corpses. Oh, look! And Darkspawn. Fuck you. Fuck this Darkspawn bullshit. Tali's like, I came from where you invaded. I will murder you with extreme prejudice. I am done with Darkspawn. Okay. And there's the Gurn corpse, so we can just talk to our dragon researcher, yada yada blah blah whatever. Let's go. I'm also going to deselect that from my journal because I'm not talking to him right this second. So, good morning, alien. You missed the still ruins, but luckily, next up is Korokavas. Hooray! Okay. First thing, we're gonna run into all of that nonsense, because that's all the shit that was making everybody cough and choke and die, from the sulfur pits. Darkspawn! Must kill! Tali would make a great Grey Warden. Except she's entirely too angry. She's also totally reckless a lot of the time, though, so she would be like, yeah, you want me to drink fucking Darkspawn blood? Sure, what the hell? It's something, there's something very telling about the fact that for warriors, you pretty much have three choices. You can... What is the third choice? Oh my god. Reaver, Templar, Champion. There we go. You can just kill a bunch of dudes till you're real good at killing dudes, which is honestly the specialization I'm the best at. Or you can drink Illyrium with all of the badness that comes with that, because you're pretty much on magic steroids. Or you can drink Darkspawn blood with all of the badness that comes with that to be a Grey Warden, which is not where I was going with that, because that's not actually a specialization. Or you can fucking drink Dragon blood to become a Reaver, which is different problems. Also, you're a Berserker now, congratulations. Like, shit's weird. The other thing is, they did some different shit with Reavers than they did, in Origins, because in Origins, that was implied to be a Dwarven thing, and I don't think that there was dragon blood involved in the Dwarven version of a Reaver. They just did their thing, and were like, I'm a fucking Berserker. Fuck you. I don't think it had shit to do with dragon blood. They just berserked. Because. Yeah. Ouch. Yeah. Hey, 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 I'm over here. Fight me. Me specifically. Okay, this is gonna be fun. Yeah. Cool. Ow. Eh. I love fighting brutes because they feed your guard. Especially if you use your shield wall at the right time. Maybe non-dwarves aren't dwarfy enough to be properly Reaver angry without dragon blood enhancement. I mean, that's what I figured. That and, like, the Reaver thing, I assumed that was basically because of Iron Bull. You know how he's like, you know, when he's oh, we're not getting involved here. That's a Gurn. We're not getting involved, guys. Let the Phoenixes and the Gurn fight. Let them take each other out. We're not getting involved with the Gurn. Fuck it. Sorry. But Bull, when you fight the dragon and you go back to talk to Bull and you drink with Bull, you know what just happened? Did I fall off? You know how Bull's like, you know how we kind of look more dragony than other people? And talks about, you know, maybe the Tamastrans mixed in a little dragon a long time ago, yada yada bullshit. So, I have just spent the entire time assuming that because of that, the Kunari form of a Reaver requires dragon blood. Flee from entities unless you have at least 3rd level magic. I mean, what kind of entities, though? I'm sure that's a reference to something that I'm not catching. There we go. Elemental entities from... oh my god, Final Fantasy XII. Yeah, no. Fuck that. Fuck that so much. Oh my god. Giant murder balls. Like, I love that they were like, yeah, you're gonna run into beings of pure magic and they're gonna fucking kill you. But also, they really did. They really did. That's one of those things that's like the terrors in this game. I'm like, I love the design, but also I hate fighting these things. Because, oh my god. Love the mechanic, and someday I'll put it in my D&D game and my players will die because retreat is not in their vocabulary. Yeah. Yeah. That's when you send them with an NPC that specifically is like, guys, that thing is going to murder us. And you if they don't listen, you give that NPC the ability to yeet them out of there when they're gonna die. Like, let them get started, let someone just drop immediately, you know, on one hit, and then give an NPC high enough initiative or some advantage or something where they can just yeet the fucking players out. Just, like, get the entire party out of there. Solus just used my favorite spell. That's awesome. You throw a Fade Rock at your enemy, and I just always go, eat a rock, because I think I'm funny. What does NPC know anyway? I kill them and take their stuff. Give them a ridiculously high armor class that cannot be penetrated by any of your children there. Like, craft an unkillable NPC and then give them the ability to yeet them out. That is what I would probably do. This is probably stupid and entirely too much, but I mean, it's that or a TPK, so, you know. I run with 2 very different tabletop groups myself. I have not started DMing my Dragon Age game because I have a college class to focus on top of all of things right now, so I'm trying to figure out how the class goes before I devote too much energy to other things. Like, for example, I spent like an hour and a half studying earlier because I was like, I have an hour before I have to set up my streaming stuff. Sure, cool, great. I have a vocabulary, quiz on Thursday morning, the 2nd day of classes, that is all of these weird word particles. And I don't know how much is going to be on the quiz, and I know that the prof is a really good guy, because I had him for bio like 6 years ago, but having an anatomy class, it's a lot more in-depth and it's a lot of memorization, which is fine because anatomy makes sense to me. I'm not worried about it, but also there's a lot of word particles that we're going to be quizzed on at the very beginning of the 2nd class, like before the lab starts. This is what we're doing. I also have a quiz that I have to take tonight, but I'm not super worried about that one either, because it's all like, it's all the safety stuff that I've done in every science class that I've ever taken. Anatomy, so I'm learning Latin for the most part. Yeah, but there's also some Greek, and times, and then, you know, there's the ones that are like the particles themselves, like the pieces that will make up the words, are in alphabetical order, and instead of like by definition sometimes. So I'll be like, oh, okay, so the like I'm studying with flashcards and shit, and sometimes, you know, you look at the back of the flashcard and you go, okay, what is the most sensible meaning to attach to this particular vocabulary word, you know, so... Oh, wait, shit. Can I salvage this? Hang on. Nope. Try that again. So, you know, you're like, alright, cool, I'm gonna do this particular definition for this word, and you end up with one of the 3 words that have the same definition, and it's not the right word because it was you know, there are like 3 or 4 of them that have the same definition. So like, I was doing one earlier that was like, I think the definition was just above, and that's in 3 or 4 of the particles that we have. There was super, supra, hyper, and there was at least one more, and I can't come up with what it was, but it's like, there's like 3 or 4 particles that have that particular thing in the definition. I'm not sure which one you're looking for, and I put in the wrong one. So, like, I am relatively familiar with this. I am familiar enough. I need so many more potions than I have. I think I stopped to fight too many Darkspawn. Also, what is that? That's a shard. We're not going to worry about shards right now. We're going to zip back to the keep, and then we're going to ride the fucking Dracolisk all the way up here. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman! Yeah. And then, like, there's other ones where I will never forget the definition of this one thing, because it's so... I can't ride my Dracolisk out of the keep. That's so disappointing. Hang on.
Surprise, sir. Not good enough, soldier.
Surprise and fear, sir.
And nice uniforms.
You worthless piles of dragon dung. Drop and give me 50!
What were you looking for? What are the chief weapons of the Inquisition? Okay, Dorian, Solus, Cole, Tali, like...
You want 10 coppers for this?
The Inquisitor's coming this way.
But yeah, so there's other ones that I'm never gonna forget the definitions of, because it's like Troph, T-R-O-P-H, the definition is basically food or growth or nutrition. So like, what do horses eat out of? Troughs, T-R-O-U-G-H. What does the word atrophy mean? You don't have the nutrition and growth in your muscles. A, troph, E. A, not negative. Troph, growth or nutrition. E, condition. That's it. So like, mnemonic device, and also an actual instance of 3 of the things on that list being used in one word. Cool. You know. And then there was proctum, which is anus. So like the funniest thing about this is the first time I read the word, my brain misread it as proctor. Like, you know, someone who is administering a test. And I'm like, wait, is that... Oh, no, proctum. Okay, so do you have a proctor or do you have a proctum? Yeah, so that's never getting out of my head. So that was fun. I have fun sometimes. But, you know, so random shit, and that's one of the ones that I've never seen before, so it's kind of entertaining that I immediately made that association. Because I won't forget that. That's helpful. The downside is I know a lot of those words, or word particles, I guess, but I don't remember the exact definition that the prof wants. I remember what I know that it means. So that part is the one part that I am concerned about with this quiz. Because if it's multiple choice, I'll be fine. But if it's just fill in the blank, I'm gonna have some slightly different definitions. But either way, I'm not super worried about it. Like, language is my thing, as you may have noticed. Yeah, the exact words are gonna... That one's gonna be a challenge. But, I mean, the prof's a good dude, so I'm not super worried about it. It's probably gonna be something like, you have, you know, 25 questions. You are, or no, more like probably 50. You have 50 questions. You have to choose 20 of them to answer, and I will grade you on those. You can answer as many as you have time for in this time. I will grade you on the 20 that you get correct.
Stay on guard.
You know, like, I haven't seen this specific prof do a quiz like that, but I've seen quizzes like that before. But this prof, so the anatomy book that I was supposed to buy is $150 fucking dollars. Luckily, a friend of mine had the previous edition and just gave it to me. I was like, "You are my fucking hero." Button Cat, as a matter of fact. I don't know if you remember them coming into the Sayuki Discord, but anyway, one of the folk that went to Otakon 2017 with the Sayuki group. Anyway. So yeah, so Button Cat is also... Button Cat is doing a more strictly medical route for their schooling, so they've done an anatomy course recently as well, and it's great because I was actually able to help them study for their quiz a couple of times because I am familiar enough with the words and how they work that I could just pronounce the vocabulary that they were trying to study and usually go, I have an idea of what that means. And I have this way to remember it. So we were actually able to, like, have a conversation about this. And sometimes there was stuff in there that obviously I had never seen because the last time I took an anatomy class was in high school. But I was actually able to help them study for their quizzes. So they gave me their textbook, which is the same... I found out a few weeks later, it is the same textbook, but one edition earlier than the one that we were supposed to get. So I kept the 10th edition, which is the one that they had, and I walked into the class, the lecture, yesterday and, you know, waited until the end of lecture because I was actually 15 minutes late because fuck traffic. I haven't gone that particular route that early in the morning since I worked at the pet store, so I wasn't prepared for the traffic. But either way, so I walked in 15 minutes late. I didn't want to interrupt anything that the prof was saying, so I waited until the end of class, and I went up to him. I was like, how imperative is it that we get the 11th edition of this textbook because I have the 10th? And he literally looked at me and went, oh, no, I don't care. He's great. I love this guy. Yes, hi, MH, you're back. We're talking about the anatomy class that I started yesterday and all of the vocabulary that I have to study for tomorrow. I spent an hour and a half studying a bunch of mostly Latin, some Greek, and I think there was something else in there. Word particles, so that I can take a vocab quiz in the first 10 minutes of my lab tomorrow. I'm not particularly worried about it, but yikes. And then a friend of mine that MH knows their username anyway, had the same textbook but an edition older, and my prof was like, no, you can use that one, that's cool. So I didn't have to pay $150 for my textbook because I got one for free. So I'm really pleased about that. And they even had, they have the lab manual too, and they were dissecting cats in their anatomy class, and guess what we're going to be doing? I'm not looking forward to that. I'm fine with dissection, but if I end up with a black cat on the table, I'm gonna straight up cry. Because I have a black cat, and yeah, I'm okay with dissection. I am okay with the concept of learning about anatomy by looking at actual, you know, once living anatomy, but also if the animal looks anything like my cat, I'm gonna cry. I know this. I know this about myself. But yeah, I completely agree with everything that you said. Fucking hundreds, not acceptable. Like, no. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Like, it's just another barrier to education. And there should not be anywhere near as many barriers to education as there are. There's always gonna be some kind of barrier, which sucks, but like, you should, like, education should be something where you try to minimize the... There we go. Hello. My bitrate kind of wavered for a second. You should try to minimize the barriers between a person in general and education, and making it so expensive is making it really... There's a lot of barriers there. It sucks. So the people that have the least education, generally, are going to have the most barriers between them and better education. Which is bullshit. Okay, let's beat on some Darkspawn here. Just live and die if you can. That sounds, a little bit pessimistic, unless I'm misunderstanding you. Like, are you saying don't try to better the world and don't try to get your education? Because that sounds extremely pessimistic. And then you get education and try to get a job, and they want more education. I know, oh my god. And so the other thing that happened to one of my coworkers, basically his degree, his grad school degree that he did all of this fucking work for, the prof that he was working for and doing all of his grad school work with just fucking straight up did not sign off on anything. He was running her lab. He was in neurobiology. So he was running her neurobiology lab basically by himself for over a year, and this bitch would not sign off on, yes, you did the work, and yes, you have, you know, earned this grade and all this other shit. So he basically, like, he took the classes, he has the degree, but also he can't use it now. Because the prof won't sign off on, like, she won't give him any recommendations. She pretty much just straight up stopped responding to anything that he was sending. And, like, I know this person. I know that he did not half-ass anything. Like, I don't think he is capable of half-assing anything. You know, this is my coworker who regularly kicks my ass. You know, he's a great guy. He doesn't do anything halfway. Like, that's just not his style. But this bitch won't give him the credit that he earned. So it's like, even if something like that doesn't happen, you're kind of fucked. Like, okay, you want, you know, this much experience. Alright, well, you'd better get your education and go to grad school and do, you know, intern work and all this other shit. So, like, fuck you, mostly. It's... the education industry is run by a bunch of people that do not deserve to be anywhere near it. Fuck capitalism. Yeah. As I said earlier, you can't compete with money in education, in life, in society, in social life, in famousness. There might be some exceptions, but in 7 billion humans, one person can probably be successful. In the end, your chance of it would be the same, 1 in 7 billion. Yeah. Yeah, fuck capitalism. I'm with you. I don't know that you can't be successful, but I do agree that you can't be, like, billionaire successful. That's not realistic. You can't go from, you know, poverty or working class or even really middle class all the way up to fucking billionaires, because the self-made billionaires are a myth. All of that is like, oh yeah, you know, this person was supported by their parents for $1 million fucking dollars. You know, like, no. I have a lot of anger. I have a lot of opinions. This is why this is a mature channel. Nobody wants to listen to me rant. Oh, actually, MH, since you were the one that I was talking to about this, I believe, I'm going to have to verify this because I don't know for sure, but apparently, talking about my channel being a mature channel, haha, as long as my channel is marked as mature, if I am playing something like The Witcher 3, for example, where there's butts, apparently if I didn't mod anything to add any nudity to the game, I might be fine. I'm gonna double check and look into it, but, like, that's not a banned game. Basically what they're banning is mods that add nudity and things of that nature into the game. So, stuff where there's already a little bit of, you know, non-explicit nudity, where there's butts, where there's nips, things of that nature, I should be okay. I don't play modded games anyway, so I don't have to worry about, you know, oh gosh, what if my mods accidentally add something that I was not expecting because I didn't read closely enough? I should be fine. I'm gonna double check before I get anywhere near The Witcher, though, because the last thing I want to do is start playing something, go, oops, there was a butt that I missed, and then get in trouble for it. So, I will double check, but yikes.
What was that?
There's tons of tits and butts in vanilla. I get that impression. Ha! MH, be very careful with stating how much would be enough to take care of yourself, because it depends on, like, so you can make millions into billions, but, you know, all of that shit is like, you had to start from somewhere really high up anyway. But also, thousands only would be enough for living houses and so on. You gotta take into account that in America, if you make under $15,000 a year, you are effectively either barely working class or in poverty, because you will not be able to afford living pretty much anywhere in the US. There are a handful of places, but then when you factor in things like commute, it goes right back up. And, you know, where I live, I would need like 15 grand a year for an average apartment. So, yeah. Hacking the Sims to remove the pixelation. Yeah, stuff like that. Or sometimes certain games will be like, this character isn't sexy enough, I'm gonna put in an appearance mod, and then it goes a little overboard. And if you weren't expecting that, you know, you might be screwed. But I'm playing on a console. I am not going to have that particular problem. There are not enough... There are no console mods that I would be able to install. I hate this part. Hang on. Oh no, it's not here. Okay, cool. I hate this part because I know what comes next. Ah, a crumpled note. There was nothing to indicate this place was built over an old Deep Roads entrance. While the complications with Darkspawn were unfortunate, we've dealt with the pack that emerged, and I will hear no further talk of it. We have enough to secure the South Dig site. You will continue work in the corridors, and you will do so without complaint. Alternatively, we could use you as a distraction should more Darkspawn hinder our efforts. You serve Corypheus either way. Service. You can avoid the romance scenes with dialogue. I mean, yeah, but I don't wanna. I'm the kind of person that's like, I want to experience this game in the most complete way that I can. And also, if I don't, like, I want to be able to go into this blind and get as much of it as I can. I don't want to be like, alright, if I select this particular piece of dialogue, I can, you know, avoid all of this other shit. I don't know. So, I'm still considering it. I will either end up just playing it without any censor and you know, I'm gonna have to look into it first. Like, if there's buts, I may have to censor them, I may not have to censor them, but according to the person that I was talking to, I might not have to worry about that because it's in the base game. So if that is true, I might not even worry about it. But I also might just make a funny censor thing once I get my my pen display, which I ordered last night, so it should be here within a couple of weeks at worst. I think it's supposed to be like 5-day shipping, so we'll see. It'll probably be here in a week. So I may just make a funny censor image just in case, because it's entertaining. Oh, this door doesn't lead where I thought it was. I could have opened that while I was talking. They're all in the base game. Yeah. I've heard a little bit about it because, like I said, I have a couple of friends that have played The Witcher that kind of lose their minds over it. So, like, whatever floats your boat, I guess.
That explains how the Venatori escaped the Darkspawn.
Yeah, it does. Not really. The Venatori escaped the Darkspawn because Giant? Like, because the Giant took care of the Darkspawn for them? Is that what he's saying there? Like, I don't quite understand. But okay. Look at this thing and the scars on its legs. Like, how many people tried to kill this Giant and failed? Hey, I'm over here. Target me. Aggro. Hey. Leave my rogue alone. I'm over here. Hello. Fuck your ankles. Yeah. Completely missed all the Witcher hype, never played the games, not yet seen the show. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I miss all of the hype for everything because I don't really try to keep up with it, but I have some friends that are super into The Witcher because it's just exactly their style of game. So MH was not the first person to suggest The Witcher, particularly Witcher 3 to me, but I'm not starting with 3. So I'm gonna watch the first one, and then once I get my capture card, I'm gonna try to stream the second one. Shit, my inventory is full. Okay. So now what we do is we go into valuables, we destroy a couple of things, like the Sigil of the Nug, because I'm not ever going to use it. Get rid of some shit that we don't need, that is going to do nothing but get us a little bit of gold. And then pick up the rest of the things. Second one is shit traveling, be warned. So, like, no fast travel, which doesn't really bother me. Almost went crazy in the roads. Okay. So is there any particular reason, or was it just that it took a long time? Because if it's just that it takes a long time, I don't tend to care all that much. Like, I have a friend that said the same thing about Assassin's Creed, the original, where, you know, I just almost said Alistair. Altair has to hop on a horse to go literally anywhere, and you just ride your horse from Jerusalem to wherever the fuck you're going. And it does take a little while, but also I don't really care that much. It takes like 2 minutes, and my friend is super impatient. Go around with a spiral, wrote it like it was in DA2. I'm not 100% positive I'm following you there. DA2's maps were way smaller. Yeah. Oh my god, the lack of jumping. Okay, Venatori plans. You do well to muzzle your doubt. Our information was passed down to Lucanus from Corypheus's most trusted servants. Be grateful you were chosen to come at all. Think of the power locked in these wastes. We need only to find it. Once liberated, we shall never rely on tinctures of lyrium or crude blood work again. Is that not worth any risk, to become a little god like ourselves? Tell me the thought holds no appeal. We must exhaust every lead, however faint it may be. To do less is to dishonor him. I must check our progress at Echoback Fort. I expect a full progress report upon my return. Service. Loot! I missed one. Give me the loot. No horses, nor sprinting. Alright, well, that's minorly annoying, but okay. I've probably played worse. I just forget to do those things half the time. You may have noticed that I almost never use my mounts in Inquisition, just because I'm like, I can find things on foot that I can't find when I'm on my mount. I don't need any of this shit. Why am I doing this? You know? Alright. 2 Tevinter ruins down. We may in fact have time to go take care of that one Templar for Cassandra, and also to go talk to Frederick of Serol about his dragon friend. So, because this little tiny spot right here, that is the only part of the map that I have not filled in yet, pretty much. So for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to zip back to Griffinwing Keep and sell some shit in my inventory. Just get rid of it. There's a perk that makes your roll distance 200% further, so people get it, then travel by rolling. Yeah! Dodge roll, dodge roll, dodge roll, dodge roll! That's what I used to do every single time. First of all, when you play Kingdom Hearts, like, if you don't just dodge roll everywhere, you're missing out. It's so fast, and it's hilarious to just watch Sora do that. But also in one of the Zelda games, one of the handheld Zelda games, I think it was Minish Cap, because that's the one that I've finished. You can do the same thing with Link. So you can just roll everywhere. It's great. It is stupid and otherwise kind of useless. There's some places you gotta use the rolls, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of dumb. It's great. I don't remember where the fucking Elven artifact is. I'm not gonna worry about this right now. Fuck it. Solus can suck it up. I got some shit to sell. Rolling like a Goron! Yeah! Except that's not a thing that you deal with in Minish Cap. You don't meet the Goron. So that's Ocarina of Time, really. Played a game once where some characters could jump and others couldn't. Why? But you were locked into which characters played which maps, and I was stuck in a room for an hour once because I forgot my current character could jump over the 5-foot gap in the floor. That sucks so much! Ugh, that's gross! Why would they do that? That's so rude. Two-thirds of this shit is, like, not worth even considering keeping. Dorian has better than that, right? Yeah, Dorian has significantly better than that, so fuck that. None of this. Oh, wait, no. I should keep that one. That was much better. Eh, 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 eh. I'm gonna go check out my knives real quick. Go to the buyback screen here. Assassin Blade. Yep, that was the one. Okay. That one. Sell all. Honestly, don't know what they were thinking in that game. It wasn't very good. Oh no! Sigil of the Tusket. Double max health. Minus 100% armor rating. I feel like that might actually be useful with a mage. I'm gonna consider that. Sigil of the Nug, plus 25% healing bonus, minus 25% attack. Never. Sigil of the Gamordan Stormrider, plus 10% electricity damage, minus 50% all other damage. I'm also going to consider that for specifically Dorian, because he basically only does electricity damage the way I play him anyway. Sigils are crap a lot of the time. Like, half of them I don't even look at, because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna, you know... Sigil of the Arcane Horror, plus 10% spirit damage, minus 50% all other damage. You cannot have spirit damage as your main, you can't have that as the main damage type for anyone at all, ever. You have to have an elemental staff type that is not spirit. Like, that does not exist. There is no reason to use that. Like... Maybe if you know that you're fighting a pride demon and nothing else, but, like, 10% spirit damage, the best you can do is, like, I think the superb spirit rune is plus 25 spirit damage to whatever you're doing, so you're gonna have your staff damage type, and then make it, like, plus 27 spirit damage. That's stupid. Guarded longbow grip. I have at least one of those. I think I have two. And I have one archer, so we're gonna get rid of that. Spirit rune, damage versus demons. I'll worry about that later. Oh my god. Tonic belt, stamina amulet. I could use those. Poison weapons I'm getting rid of because I think I have one already. Enhanced mighty blow. Cloak of shadows. I don't fucking remember how half of these work. I will not get rid of superb or superior or anything. Sell. Sell. Sell, sell. Sell. Keep. Sell. Keep. That is what Bull has. Cool. Okay. Without going into too much detail, I have taken out half of the shit in my inventory. I'm going to save and not worry about the rest right now. EA. Hey John, we're thinking of adding runes for armor. You have one night, make 60 different sigils. Otherwise you're fired. Good luck. Well, I mean, I wouldn't think it was that bad, but at the same time, with some of the shit that made it into the game, I understand you. So that's the Gates of Andorral. There was something... Was it here? The Oasis Cave. The shortcut. The Oasis Cave. The Lost Idol. There's something in the Western Approach. I think I'm missing the thing in the dark. Because there's a landmark somewhere called the Thing in the Dark, and it is just super fucked up. I could easily believe it went down just like that. Yeah. Like, I mean, because EA, I probably can too. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, MH. All right, let me open up my other map here on my iPad. Where is my Western Approach map? There is my Western Approach map. Because this is going to drive me fucking crazy. I am missing a landmark, and I know what it is, and I can't remember where it is. It might be that I haven't come up to it yet. Hang on. No, that's that one, I think. Oh no, maybe not. It might be over here. I'm gonna assume it's over here somewhere for now. Knock knock, EA wants their fucking game and money, BioWare. Accurate. And meanwhile, the players are like, I want it to be good before it's released. I would like for you to not kill your devs in order to release the game, even if I'm super impatient because, oh my god, I need to know what happens. Because fuck Solus, I want to chase him down and punch him in the face and make him fix everything.
Giants? As slaves? Have I actually stumbled into a terrible chantry morality play? Because there's obviously no way that could go horribly wrong.
Okay. Well, they're all attacking me anyway, so I bet some players use those sigils to challenge themselves. Yes, and I know that I am relatively sure that is part of the reason some of those made it in. Like, why the fuck would you ever use an arcane horror sigil? That one was the one that's like, plus 10% spirit damage, but fuck you for everything else. Like, no. There is no reason to use that except to make your own game harder. That is not how I play, man. That is not how I do this. Cyberpunk 77 developer died of overtime, then the game delayed. Are you serious? I heard about the delay. I didn't realize that was why. Jesus. That's fucking ridiculous. And I mean, like, at the same time, I'm not even surprised because it's happened so many fucking times. Like, that just happens to game developers. That's not even a surprise anymore. Aw, Cole. Hey, Solus, you wanna revive Cole? Because that'd be great. I'm busy tanking. Solus, please. Solus, fucking enough. Alright, fine. I guess Cole will just get back up once we're done. Going crazy with the amount of money and workforce they've got with the last Witcher hype. I have no frame of reference for what that is, but fair. Oh, hello! I don't know what all that is about, MH, because I am not familiar at all with The Witcher and who worked on it, and I'm assuming Polsky is a name. CD Projekt Red, sales quadrupled. Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, I was playing an indie mobile game this morning, and I'm just like, Arcana, soundtrack when? Because the music in that mobile game is so pretty, and like I hit a plot point this morning where I was like, I've never heard this song before. This is great. CD Projekt Red is the most known Polish game studio. Okay, so I'm gonna go with, if the word Polski was where you were going with that, probably don't use that word. Because, one, it was not clear what you were saying, and two, that's very close to something that I've heard referred to as a slur. Don't get me wrong, I don't have an awful lot of love for, you know, any given Polish person for reasons unrelated, because Poland is not telling the truth in their history books about, like, anything that I am aware of, pretty much, so, like, fuck that a lot. But at the same time, that's no reason to use offensive terminology, so... Like, there's things that you can say if they're about you, and there's things that you can't say if they're not about you, and they are often the same thing. So... Alright, let's see. I can't loot that giant chest? That's so rude. Aw, man, there's another giant. Okay, we at least have all of our potions, so if this could be worse. Alright, that's fine. Yeah! Yeah! Ouch. Ouch. Fuck you, giant! Never seen those giants? I don't know. I got nothing, man. They're kind of everywhere in the Western approach, so... And also in, Emprise de Lyon, so... I mean, the other thing is, if you mean the ones in this specific location, I'm kind of off in a weird little part of the map that it's really easy to miss, so... It's possible that if you're not being super complete with your map, that you might have missed them because they're just off to the side weirdly, because they definitely are. There we go. Cool, I maxed my guard. I love that. Didn't remove the sulfur. Yeah, that's gonna... I don't know if that would actually affect this, because the sulfur pits are in a different part of the map. Because this is off towards the other end of the world map. This was past the final... Yay, I leveled! This is past the final camp. So... It's on the other side of one of the locked doors. It's on the other side, as a matter of fact, of the first locked door that you come up against that you can't open when you first come into the Western approach. No, the sulfur pits have nothing to do with this. This is totally separate. Totally different part of the map. Yeah, I missed. There we go. Have I ever tried Dragon Age Inquisition multiplayer? I have not. So there's the Gates of Anarol. That's this one. This weird little spot you can only get to from that camp over here in Echoback Canyon after Korakavis down here. So this is just like... You have to pretty much be a completionist to get all of this random shit. There it is! Alright, now I am close enough to find the thing in the dark. That is the cave that leads to the thing in the dark, which I was looking for earlier. I'm gonna do this rift first. And then I'm gonna do that, because that's gonna... No, I'm gonna do that first, and then I will come back to the rift. Fuck it. This has been driving me crazy. This part is right back in Death Drink Springs. This part I couldn't have gotten to without taking care of the sulfur pits. This is the only thing that would affect that. But the sulfur pits only keep you from this, basically, because this was in the middle of the clouds. that you couldn't pass. But that door I got to earlier before I took care of the sulfur pits. So that shouldn't have affected anything. So this cave leads to a landmark down here, which is the freakiest description. Which is the reason that I remember it, and it's called The Thing in the Dark, and it looks a little bit like some statues, which I think were in either Origins or 2, I forget which, but in one of the earlier Dragon Age games. And it's nothing like anything else that you see in Inquisition. So alright, we're gonna take care of the loot first, and then I'm gonna see if I can't jump up here without triggering the landmark, because this... oh shit. I mean, you get the impression, but it looks like weirdly like some cross between a monkey and Buddha, and it's got a swirl on its belly, and it's hyper stylized. As a matter of fact, it's got like 4 arms and 2 feet. And I think, if I remember correctly, actually, I think that looks a lot like one of the statues that you come up against when you're playing through one of Meryl's quests, when you have to go deal with Keeper Marathari in 2. So this is the description for that. The Thing in the Dark. This statue is oddly warm to the touch and shivers slightly, as though it might have a pulse. I always expect a demon to come out of this. I always expect to turn around and there's a fucking rage demon or something somewhere. Believe DA4 is coming out end of this year with the PlayStation 5. I have no idea. I have no evidence in any direction. I'm gonna wait until it's announced. I'm not gonna get my hopes up. That would be cool, but I think the last I heard it was supposed to come out in like 2021. So I'm gonna assume it's gonna come out in 2021 until it is either pushed back further or announced officially. Alright. Is there any... oh. I fell. Is there anything that I missed over here? Because the sulfur pits were causing problems. I think I might have missed like a couple of silly little loot things over here, but that's about it. All my hype right now is for FF7 Remake. I understand you. Early 2021? Could be. Could be. I'm just... I don't really get super hyped for a lot of things. I'm not... like, I'm looking forward to FF7, but I'm not gonna go, like, super excited about it, because I've got a bunch of older games that I want to play first. And also, I could get FF7 digital on my Switch and just, like, the original, and play that first, if I wanted to. And it's probably a lot cheaper. I'm cheap. I'm broke. I am in college. I'm cheap. Solus just used one of my favorite spells again. Eat a rock. English Sayuki reprint, but that's manga hype, not game hype. Hell yeah! Yeah, but that one's also like, we know when this is happening. So that one's like, this one is going to be released in May, I think, if I remember the date correctly. Like, those have been announced. These are on pre-order. That is an objective, like, you know when this is happening. You are, like, that makes sense. First ever game for PS5 will be out for PS4 too, but 21-22 will come out for PS5 only. Maybe. I don't know. Like I said, until it's actually announced, like, officially coming out, I'm not going to make any speculation because it's pointless. Wait a minute. There's loot up here. Haha! Give me the loot. But yeah, like I said, I've got a whole bunch of older games on my to play list that are gonna go first, pretty much. Like, sentence was broken as fuck. I don't really think that it was. Like, you made a mistake in the first sentence, but the rest of it made sense. Yeah. Fight me. Fight me. Alright, let's disrupt this bitch so that some of the wraiths go away. Did it work? It didn't work. Did I get hit by something? Cool. Either that or it worked and I missed it. Fight me! Come at me, Rage Demon. I should like swap around my my shield bash or whatever that first shield one is that I always use and my distance stuff, because I always go for that button first, even though it would make more sense to do the distance stuff first. Okay. Yay! Close distance first, then smash them with your shield. If DA4 tries for an end of year release, I hope they don't overtax the devs or push out a half-finished game. Yeah, and that is a significant concern with end of year games specifically, because then they're going to be like, no, we need this to come out for the holidays. Oh my god, what are you doing? You know, like, I don't want that. I don't want another game that was rushed out like DA2. I don't want another game that's going to rush the devs and like stress them over much. I don't want another game that's, you know, I don't want it. I want it to be a good game that doesn't like potentially kill or overstress the people that are working on it. The last shard was close, wasn't it? AC Unity intensifies. What are you saying? You are absolutely correct, for the record. That game was pretty glitchy when it came out for a reason. Where is the last shard? I can't find it. This is gonna drive me up a fucking wall. Where is the last shard? There it is. We want a good game made with passion, not suffering. Agreed on all counts. Alright, so there's a whole bunch of shit that just opened up over here as question marks. And some shards in some places. And there's a Templar. So we're going to go at the Templar and the landmark first because they're closest. No, we're not, because I have to put Cassandra in my party. Shit. I lied. Shard. Shard. All of this stuff is going to be at that fortress. So we're going to zip back here now, put Cassandra in my party, and go from there. Playing some League of Legends these days. I hope you are enjoying it, but that one, to me, is one of the worst offenders for the thing that we've been talking about, with people being rushed, and also, apparently, work theft is actually a problem with those developers. So I'm not really looking to get into League of Legends. I have no idea what RURF is. I still want a rogue in my party, so we'll have Cole and Cassandra, and I suppose Solus. Though, do I want to hear what Dorian says by the time we take in service? It's not like that's going to be a super tough fight. I do have one more rift to close, but I can always like zip back here after. So we'll take Dorian with 10 cent. This gets political. I mean, okay, but like I said, this is a mature channel because I will talk about things like that potentially. Like, I don't know what that is, so I can't say that I don't want to talk about it. I reserve the right to be like, nah, I'm not comfortable with this line of conversation, but I can't say that if I don't know what it is. Not Riot, don't blame Riot. I've heard the opposite, actually. I mean, it might be a different team working on the same thing, so I don't know for sure.
Should we look
but
around?
I've heard some stuff. 10 cent bought Riot, and with Chinese, those problems are expected. Be careful with that. Because a lot of the... I will say that sometimes that will happen, but a lot of that is not specifically because China, it's because communism. Or not even necessarily communism, but like the specific political climate in their country that's causing the problem. So I mean, fair, but alright. Oh, I need to save. So, thing about this. This is the glitchiest McFucking quest in the entire game. Of the 10 times that I have played through this game, I think I've been able to get Crassus Service back, like, both defeated and collected in order to judge him, like, 3 times. It's a pain in the ass. So, wish me luck. Riot did well for 6 years. How could they fuck up that fast with their employees? I mean, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just warning you that you may want to be careful with phrasing. And again, if this isn't something, you know, super familiar, again, that makes sense. And particularly if you're, you know, talking about things in another language. I would probably be super offensive in basically any language but English or Hebrew, because Hebrew is a lot more colloquial and informal most of the time. But most other languages are kind of the opposite, so that's a thing. Oh look, a Venatori marksman. Let's murder him. Same shit happens with 10 cent damage policy. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's take out Service. Aha! Come at me. I have just surpassed your level. They bought Grinding Gear games and now look at Path of Exile. Again, not my style, so I'm not super familiar with what happened. The difference is that one's a lot lower profile than something like League of Legends, so I actually heard about what happened with League of Legends, or at least some of it.
What will his masters do when they learn his efforts here failed, I wonder?
Alright. Oh man, it did the thing. He's standing. I don't know if I can collect him.
Still breathing. He's resilient, I'll give him that.
He wants to live. He hurts people, but he wants to live.
Haha, I can!
Have some of the troops bring him in. I'll deal with him back at Skyhold.
Excellent. Alright, so, Service has been taken in for judgment. The thing that I expected to glitch did not glitch. I am pleased with this. Oh, right, the thing that's down the stairs a lot. Standing next to his own dead body, basically. I mean, there was another Venatori in very similar armor, so that wasn't actually literally his own dead body, but also, you know... Also, we didn't kill him. He's alive. Is this even remotely... Oh, this is from Service. Okay, I see. Elegantly written letter. Magister Nantarius, Virantium, Office of the Praetor. Dear madam, I have been informed that you are looking for an experienced administrator to organize your lead mining enterprises in 4 kingdoms. I humbly present myself as a candidate for the vacancy. I have extensive experience as the overseer of multiple archaeological digs in the Western Approach and have successfully managed several mercenary army ventures simultaneously. At present, I am seeking new employment opportunities in less arid climes and as far as possible from the Inquisition. Please see my attached resume for further credentials. Yours, Crassius Service. Seeking new employment opportunities as far from the Inquisition as possible. He thinks he can quit working for Corypheus. So that's gonna go well. Yeah, let's take you on as an unpaid intern to start, right? Like, goddamn, this is part of the reason I am completely unwilling to leave my position at the dojo. It is not the best paid position, but, like, first of all, it is fulfilling work. I like my job, but also it's steady. I have job security.
I think Blackwall would have liked to have
I
been
know that it's like it's not going anywhere, and also I'm pretty much indispensable because I'm the only one that knows how to do my job. You know, that shit, I have as much job security as I can possibly have. You know, when my former employer sold the dojo to my current bosses, I basically took over everything that she was doing that was not specific to the owner. So I'm doing all of the admin shit. I am very close to indispensable. It can be learned, but all of the things that I learned how to do over time. So, like I said, I have as much job security as can be had, pretty much, at the type of job that I have. I ain't going anywhere. Alright, let's get this last terrarium, and then zip out to get that Templar. Ooh. Astrarium. Okay. Oh, this is one of the weird ones. Okay, hang on. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. And then I go back up here. Ba-da, ba-da. That does seem to go here first, and then there. Do-do, do-do. Hooray, I did it! Okay, so there's a Templar that I gotta find and take care of, which was the entire reason I put... I didn't successfully put Cassandra in my party. God damn it. I probably hit the wrong button again. I'm an idiot. Okay. Because I could probably get the shard. I'm not worried about fucking shards right now. But that, I specifically went back here so that I could go here with Cassandra in my party. God damn it. Alright, so we're going to go back to Echoback Canyon Camp. We're going to throw my party back together yet again. Except I'm going to hit the right button this time. Still want Cole. Grabbing Cassandra. And I guess I'll take Solus because this time I've got a rift to close and also a Templar to go through. I'm gonna super quickly level my folks. I also have to put Spell Purge in there because I haven't been able to use it yet. Because I don't have it on my my shortcuts. All of your Templar abilities now affect magic-using enemies as well as demons. But also 600% weapon damage. Shit. I should be able to just toggle that, though. So I'm gonna get that one first. What do I want to do here? Shit. I gotta respec some of this. Just my menu. So I'm gonna put that one here. I'm gonna put that one here. Put that here. Put that here. But then I have nowhere to put my Templar ability. Shit. I'm certainly not getting rid of Taunt. I don't think I really need two abilities that charge across the field, so I can probably get rid of Lunge and Slash for now. 175% weapon damage versus... what does Charging Bull do? Besides charge much further. 150% weapon damage. And add guard. Yeah, okay. So we'll get rid of Lunge and Slash for now because the other one doesn't add guard. So we'll put that here. So my Templar abilities are on my L2 thingamathing. And then Cole. Oh, damn. I can upgrade some things, or I can get him new assassin abilities. We're going to give him +3 dex. Cassandra. I already have a Templar. We'll give her Lunge and Slash. That's a good one for her. And Solus, you need more. What do you need more of? Mana recovery +10%, magic on unlock +3, versus duration bonus +weakened. I'm gonna do that. Mana recovery. Because that is the one thing. Alright, next. Alright, we are almost done in the Western Approach. I'm gonna finish up in the Western Approach, and then I'm gonna call it a stream because I have work, and also I'm really hungry. Because I got up earlier, which means that I have been up for longer with only breakfast. So I'm really hungry right now. So we're going to close a rift, and we're going to hunt a Templar, and then we're going to call it. Haha! I'm going to use my Templar ability. Ah, fight me! Oh, that was great. I don't really know quite what that did, but it was fun. I should have waited. That's what that did. Because the fucking... The barriers went up immediately. I should definitely have waited for that. That's fine. Whatever. I got this. I'm learning. Dispel! Haha! Look at that! Oh man, that was great. That was beautiful. Oh, I love the 600% barrier damage bullshit. This is great. That did so much damage. I love this. I love figuring out how to play things by playing them. Also, I love that Cassandra and Tali both have max guard right now. I'm gonna disrupt this rift because I don't think I can run far enough away to actually kill that despair demon. I hate it when they do that. Hey, hey you, Alright, it's dead. Cool. Because there's a handful of enemies where no matter what, if you run away to go try to kill them and they have gotten far enough away from the rift will close and reopen, and it is the worst. So I don't want to deal with that shit. Because I don't know exactly what the range is of the rift. So alright. We're gonna zip over here eventually, but first, Templar. And I'm gonna do it on my mount. You know that thing that I said that I never use? I'm gonna use it for once. Because I have run over this entire part of this map like 6 times in the last half hour, I swear to God. So we're gonna go right past Echoback Fort, because I have done everything that I need to do in Echoback Fort. And we're gonna ignore the Varghest until it runs right across my Dracolisk's path. And then we're gonna continue ignoring it because it ran away. Hooray. I don't have to deal with it right now. Hooray. And then there's a Templar. Let's make Cassandra happy and take care of this Templar and ignore the fact that a different Varghest just despawned randomly.
We have to stop this mage.
Leo of Lucien Bay. I lied. It's not a Templar, it's a mage. That's fine. We got this. Yeah. 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 Rebel Spellbinder. You got a lot of friends, Leo of Lucien Bay.
Sad that it came to this, but at least it is done.
It is done. You are welcome. Cassandra greatly approves. Cassandra approves. This is the reason you need Cassandra in your party, because you get both of those if she is in your party. So you get, like, plus 25 approval instead of just the plus 20. Just, quote-unquote. Alright. Now that I'm out here. Ah, yes, right, this. We gotta go get that last landmark. We have to unlock the Gates of Thoth, which were like the first thing that you run up on at the very beginning of the game. And you go, shit, I can't go here. 'Cause you're just running in a giant circle, and now we have closed the circle. Hooray! Gate of Thoth. This gate is carved with symbols of Thoth, the old god of fire. Sorry, I almost said magic for no reason. Hooray! The Gate of Thoth is open! Now we can ignore it completely. I really don't need as much lazurite as I am collecting, but I'm gonna fucking do it anyway. So, alright. I'm going to get this shard because it's right here, and then ignore the rest of them because it's 12:30. No, you know what? I lied. I'm gonna go to the Astrarium. I'm probably gonna go take care of the shards between streams at some point. I can't say for sure that I will do it by the next time, but this is pretty much all I have left in the Western Approach is to get those shards, and also this Astrarium thing, so I will get the Astrarium thing. And then I'm gonna go eat. So I mentioned this when I first got to that camp that we just walked away from. But even before... Fuck off. Even before you find any of the Astrariums, or Astraria as I have taken to calling them, because they pluralize Oculara that way, and fuck you, that's why. You go down the giant staircase, and then you go down the regular staircase, and look at that.
Shall we see what we found?
We shall see what we've found. Energize! Hey, I need a mage. Oh, that was the correct button. Alright, let's go. Veil fire has been lit. Solus, are you actually carrying the Veilfire? You're not! You slacker. That's a hyena. Why did you follow us down here? Why are you like this? Why is the wildlife like this? Why did you do this to yourself? Good night. Canine leather, hell yeah. Between the hyenas, which are not actually canids, and the wolves, we are going to have so much canine leather. Alright. What do we find? A tomb. There's so much shit down here.
Another of the elven artifacts.
Another of the elven artifacts. Congratulations. So much fucking lazurite. Like, do you need lazurite for whatever the fuck you're crafting? Not anymore, you don't.
Excellent. The wards are functioning again.
Hooray! Look. A rune that I already have because of the fucking golden nug. There we go. Now it tells me. Master Fire rune. We need all the crystals! Yeah, the elven artifact thing, that's a thing. So I'm about to go into some spoilers here. The thing about those, that has been posited as utter bullshit. Because if you think about it, what happens when you unlock several of the elven artifacts that Solus always says are strengthening the veil and all this other shit? You get another rift available in the hinterlands, and it's like a fucking level 16 rift. So Solus is fucking lying, is what that tells me. Because you find all of these things which are supposed to strengthen the veil, and then you find another rift? Also, given spoilers at the end of the game, that is completely counter to what he was actually doing in the Inquisition. He wasn't trying to find things which would strengthen the veil. He was trying to find things which would weaken the veil so that he could rip it the fuck down. Congratulations, you put a trickster god in your party. That's what all this shit does. So what I'm very interested to see is if they're going to go into Dragon Age 4 and go, alright, which Inquisitor are you going with? How many of these items did your Inquisitor find? And pretty much no matter which one I go with, I'm fucked because I find a lot of them. Because Solus is in my party a lot because he's my best healer. I'm not sure why that was how it worked out, but I suspect it has something to do with the Rift Mage specialization being so simple, as opposed to, like, the Knight Enchanter specialization requires a lot of ability points in that category, and the Necromancer specialization has a lot of upgrades. Then again, so does the Rift Mage. I don't know, but either way, it just seems like every single playthrough that I have tried to make Vivienne another healer, and it didn't work. It didn't do the thing. Okay. I've mentioned this already. I'm fucking hungry. So I'm gonna point out some things that I could do next time. I think I'm going to save the dragon lure bullshit for when I have more dragons that I can take care of all at once. Because that is not the most interesting thing to do during a stream. I will save that for the end of something. However, in the Western approach, I have dragon shit, and that is pretty much it. That's all I have left. It's dragon stuff, collecting shards. Next time, I think, yeah, keeping the Darkspawn down. I could go back to the Storm Coast, but there's not really a huge point to doing that. What am I gonna do? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna craft some shit in between streams, hopefully. I always say that I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna try to do that. I think what's gonna happen next time, I'm going to have Leliana go search out the Shrine of Dumat, finally. I'm gonna see... Oh no. Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts comes next. That or Here Lies the Abyss. I'm not sure. I could do Here Lies the Abyss, I could do Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts, or I could go into the Exalted Plains. So I'm gonna check out what levels I need to be for that next time. But also, Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts takes a while, and so does Here Lies the Abyss. So most likely, both of those are going to be on a Friday, so that I can go through those all at once and not have to worry about potentially having to stop in the middle to end stream. Because I don't know that Here Lies the Abyss necessarily takes more than 3 hours, but I know that Wicked Eyes, Wicked Hearts takes me more than 3 hours. So we're gonna see how that goes. I'm not sure exactly what's coming next. I will update you when I have figured it out. But for right now, I'm going to call this a stream. Mentioned Chrono Cross last time, and a nice aspect of it is you can have healers who are also effective damage dealers without too much trouble, very different from most systems. Actually, you know what? Solus has become that. I can't figure out how to make that work with what I have for Vivienne and Dorian, but Solus is a very effective healer and a pretty effective Ice Mage and a pretty effective Rift Mage, which is part of the reason I've kept like the elements the way they are. But anyway, yeah, as a matter of fact, I was gonna raid 6. So before I do that, I have to do my outro thing. So if you like what I am streaming and you want to get more updates, I tweet a lot about what I'm streaming and when I'm streaming, and also video games that I am not streaming. So if you want to do that, follow me on Twitter and you will get all of the updates, including things that, you know, don't really matter as much. Most of it is video game related. Occasionally there will be a life thing. Occasionally there will be, you know, other media, whatever. Also, I have a Discord. A lot of... I have a very small Discord as of right now. I would love to get it a little bit more... a little more populated, a little more active, but for right now we have a small friendly Discord. So you are welcome to come in. I try really hard to remember to put all of my tweets that update my stream stuff onto my Discord, but a lot of the time I forget sometimes. So Twitter is definitely a more reliable way to do that. You can also just, you know, hit the follow button on my stream there. And last but not least, if you like what I do, if you have a few bucks to spare and you want to make it a little bit better, do not put yourself out over this. This is if you have it to spare. I have a Ko-fi account. Currently, what that is doing is going toward me getting a capture card so that I can put up things like BRB screens and an outro screen so that I'm not just talking over the journal screen on Dragon Age Inquisition, for example. An intro screen, BRB screens, so that I can, like, throw that stuff up if I have to run to the bathroom and people don't come into my stream and hear silence and leave. You know, things of that nature. So, if you have it to spare, go buy me a coffee. It is going towards making my stream stuff better. Admittedly, that is going to wait a couple of weeks, even if it gets fully funded, like, today, because I also just purchased a pen display so that I can draw myself some emotes and some other things. So, for right now, I'm going to call that here. I hope everybody had fun. I thank you for hanging out. We're going to go raid 6. 6 Alona is an artist who I follow, who is a lot of fun. She runs a couple of Discords that I'm a part of. I'm a mod on one of them, as a matter of fact. But she draws cool stuff. She is really excellent at drawing emotes, but it looks like right now she's playing Minecraft. So let's go raid 6 and say hi. I'm going to open her stream in another window so that I don't miss my own raid. Let's go. All right. I hope everybody has a good week. Or, well, couple of days. and I will be back on Friday at 10 Eastern. I hope to see you guys then. Bye.